It's been actually a good one. We take Rick for granted, I think. There's been certain days that we're short in the bullpen, and he knows it, and he goes out there, he gives us 7, regardless of the line. There's a guy that, as far as pitch counts, we can we can push him, and at the same time, if I think like everybody else, around the league, if you take away one team, the numbers will be awesome. Like we talk about with David, with the Yankees early in the season, and so and so with him. If you take those 2 back-to-back outings against the Blue Jays, the numbers will be what, 3.5 ERA, a lot of innings. The WHIP will be a lot lower. So, but besides that, I think he's been amazing. He's been good for us, not only on the mound, but also what he does in the clubhouse. He's one of those guys that he keeps everybody in check. He helps people out. Like as Eduardo said, I think it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago. He pays attention, and he's a guy that I really rely in that clubhouse. I don't know. I think like with him is one of those that stuff-wise he's always there. When you throw in 100, that should play. The other day, I think with Smoke, we don't want him to beat us in that spot. Morales hit a good pitch, but then after that, we went to a changeup with Grichuk. He hits him, and then he hits Pilar. And one thing he knows, we need him. He's one of those guys that when I got here, we talk about Xander and Mookie and certain guys. It was a guy that I recognized that if he turns a corner, we can be great. And he did for 2 months and a half. And then I think when we went to Houston, that's when he started struggling. So, we still got time. And he's going to get the ball. We're going to put him in situations that we feel that it fits him, and hopefully he can turn around. I didn't think about it at the moment. I'm thinking that he's going to beat him to first, but then after that, you start thinking about hands and shoulder and whatever. But like I said before, it's a tough one. It's a tough one because for how much we can preach it, I think they do it in the minor leagues. They don't want these guys to go head first. But for some reason, when they get here, it's like, this is how we're going to get there. And you can keep telling them and telling them and telling them, but I'm telling you, those 10 feet, those last 10 feet, it's like you see the bag, you see the pitcher, you see the throw, and it's like, let me get there. And the first thought is, for them, for us, is going head first. Honestly, just be healthy. But it'll be good for him to get up and down, 3 or 4, whatever we ended up mapping out. But he feels great. The bullpen yesterday went well, which is good. Health-wise, he's okay. Now it's just a matter of him, for us to build him up. Like I said the other day, there's going to come a time in the off season I'm going to sit back and hopefully we can reflect in bigger things. But at the same time, it's gratifying not only for me, but I think for the group. They've been consistent the whole year. They haven't get caught up on records or leads or whatever they have accomplished throughout the year. And like I said before, it's a testament of where we at as an organization. There's been a lot of moving parts throughout the year. Guys that have been coming up and down from AAA to here and contribute. It was a different roster coming into the season too, and to be able to do that is great. Is great. But at the same time, we didn't come this season thinking about winning 100. We have bigger goals, and we're still trying to accomplish some of them in the regular season, and then if we do that, then we're going to have a real chance in October, and then go from there. No, the last spot was here with Centeno and Stassi. We were going to go with 3 catchers, and they have their pros and cons, and then At the end, we went with Centeno. There was a play here in the 8th inning in game 2, I think it was. Brock was the first. It was a dirt ball. Centeno blocked it, threw him out at second. It was the third out of the inning, and that's where Centeno kind of like, we're going with him. So, yeah, it was that. Throughout the playoffs, there were some decisions that we had to make. We went from one roster to a different one, to the Championship Series, to a different one, to the World Series. But yeah, there weren't too many, honestly. But that was the one that it was made Friday, on the last weekend of the season. They're been great. Wow. They've been great. I think, and you see the numbers and what they do on the field, but there's a lot of stuff that goes off the field in the clubhouse that if they're MVP caliber players on the field, they do the same off the field, and as far as preparation and talking baseball and getting other guys buy into the concept and help them out. What Mook is doing from the leadoff spot is impactful, something that we visualized before the season. That's what we were looking for a guy that can get on base, hit for power, run the bases. He's been amazing. And then what JD has done, it's funny because the other day I started looking his at-bats in Houston. It's a different hitter compared to when he came up, and now he's doing damage. He's looking to do damage. He's hitting 330. He's driving in runs. Man at third, less than 2 outs, he'll put the ball in play. So for how kind of like JD is kind of like the hitter everybody wants everybody to be, hit the ball in the air and all that because of where we at in the game. But at the same time, people have to realize that with men at third and less than 2 outs, he'll hit a single up the middle or hit a ground ball to the right side and he'll drive in the run. So it's been special. They're great kids. They're awesome. They're fun to be around. Like I've been telling everybody here, it's kind of like it's funny how they talk in the cage, how much they struggle and they lost their swing in 24 hours, and then they go out there and they get 3 hits and they hit the ball out of the ballpark. It's been fun.